What's up, YouTube? It is Pastor Bob. You're probably saying to yourself, geez, Pastor Bob, another guitar? Shut up. I like them. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys the side of this box. It says, guitars like this aren't made just for looking or admiring, or just for having. Guitars like this aren't made to be collector's items or kept in mint condition. Guitars like this are made for sold out concerts and local dive bars. Guitars like this have screamed battle cries, carried the brokenhearted, and strummed a lullaby. Guitars like this don't just play at Woodstock, they open it. Made to be played. Guild guitars. You know, most people don't even know that. The very first guitar that was strummed and played at Woodstock was a Guild. Imagine that. I mean, I've told the story many times, you know. Me growing up with a love of Guild guitars. I mean, I lived like 2 blocks from there, you know, so I used to go down there, and friends and family used to work there. But in this box is something that I wanted since I was a little kid. And this year, like everybody knows, I had the choice to get a Gibson Les Paul Classic, you know, that I've been eyeing for a while. You know, it's $2,500. I'm like, geez, do I really want to get it this year? You know, it's one of those things. Now, I do have a Gibson Les Paul Classic, limited edition with P90s. And I got it because I thought maybe they'll never make it again. You know, I mean, you never know, right? Well, they won't make it for 20 years. So, I was like, man, I don't know. I've always wanted this guitar. Now, here's the thing. I buy all my guitars, mostly, not all of them, I shouldn't say that, but mostly from Zzounds, right? Why? Because they go through and they look at the guitars, right? I buy a lot of merchandise. The worst thing to do is send a guitar to a YouTuber like me that is a luthier, that's been a luthier for many years, right? And guitar fixer and smasher and breaker and I don't know about a player, and it'd be bad, right? And my one thing about this guitar is I said, man, if it comes in, and you guys will have to pardon my English phrasing, and it's a piece of shit, I am going to be so upset. I mean, I am going to be upset because I've wanted this since I was a little kid, right? I mean, I'm 57 years old. You know, there's just some things that you wait your whole life. Now, I've got a lot of the guitars that I've always wanted, grant you, but there's still a few out there that I want. And this is one of them. So, I had seen a couple of demonstrations of them, and I said, good God almighty, I hope my body looks better than that. Now, I don't expect the Taj Mahal, but I do expect something that makes me want to play it too. And the thing about Guild guitars is this is true, by the way. Every Guild that I own plays great, except for one. And that's because it has a Caleb bridge on it. And Caleb bridges are very finicky. If you can get them dialed in, they're dialed in. But if not, good God almighty, they're a headache. You know, no different than the Floyd Rose. Floyd Rose is the same way. Once you get it dialed in, it's dialed in, right? It's get it there. But that has nothing to do with this guitar. So anyway, I was going to wait until this week, but I just can't wait. I got to show you guys this guitar because I'm itching, right? I'm itching. So this is a gill. Now, I already untaped the end because, well, cut it open because I didn't feel like holding the camera with one hand, and this is probably going to be a headache anyway. But whatever. What's that say? Well, look at that. What's that say? Yamaha Guitar Group. American Musical Supply. What the hell does that even mean? Anyway, this guitar is made. I wonder what that means. That's weird. Alright, anyway. Let's see if I can get it out. Oh man, that's tight in there. Oh my god. That is tight. Yowza. Yeah, I might be having some trouble. Yikes. Alright guys, hold on. I gotta put you down for a second. Oh. Man. Sorry about that. I know I should get my studio all set up. It's just going to take me like 5 days to get down there and fix everything. And I want to make it look right before I take you guys down in there again, because it looks like trash. So, okay, so there's some bubble snap wrap. Well, that's a pretty smart way of doing that. They tape that off and like that. That's a smart way. What do we got in here? Case candy. Looks like you get a bag. Truss rod adjustment tool. Some instructions. Looks like a sticker. What's this here? Warranty information. You don't get any gig bag with these. But for me, it's going to get a hard shell case anyway. Well packed, I'll say that. Oh, good God almighty. Let me, put that over here. Alright. Wow, look at that. I like the way they did that headstock. Cool. Oh, that's a nice touch too. Silica bag. Oh, another silica bag. Nice touch. Nice touch. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright. Let me put it over here and see if I can fly it out of the bag. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. Mother of toilet seat inline. Rose fretboard. Alright. I know, you guys are probably saying, what is he doing? Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to get it out of the bag. Ooh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Alright, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Let me get a little more light on this subject. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's a nice looking body. Oh, my good God. Look at that. That's a nice top. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, sticky do. Man, that's a nice piece of mahogany. Oh, they even got a plastic over that tailpiece. Wow, that's nice, huh? 1, 2. So, they both split. 3-way toggle switch. USA made pickups. This is a Guild Polara Deluxe. I wanted one Guild Polara for many years, but you know, everybody has an SG style, and this is a little bit different, kind of similar to the SG, but it's not exactly an SG, right? So, this is Tone Pro. This part, this is Guild Company designed this tailpiece. USA made pickups. I'm not sure if these, I would believe that these are probably CTS and Switchcraft. Mother of Pearl, Oid, block inlay. Oh yeah, man, she's low and ready to go. There you go. Let's flip this over and put her down there and take a peek. Oh yeah, that's nice, huh? That's nice. Man, look at that. Don't that look good? Good God, that looks nice. I like how Guild did the sweeping effect here on the neck joint. Well, that's a nice piece of mahogany. 1, 2, looks like 3 pieces. 3-piece body. They did a nice job on it, though. Gotta hand it to them. Let's see, 2-piece neck. Made in Indonesia. Grove open back tuneless. Wow. What a sweet looking guitar. Let's take a look down the neck. Oh yeah. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah. Wow. What can I say? It's a nice looking guitar, huh? I'm sure glad I didn't get a really ugly one. Because sometimes the tops, when they piece them together, and I'm not saying Guild, I'm saying in general, they don't get it right. Right? That looks good. Yep. Nice. So anyways, Guild Polara Deluxe. They are, as of the making of this video, which is March 2nd, 2024. They're $6.99. They don't come with a case, but, you know, quite frankly, I think it needs a nice hard case anyway. And like the box says, they're made to be played. But it is a nice looking guitar. I'll give them that. And so I've wanted one. And, you know, eventually I'll get a SG too. But this is different. And if you go on YouTube, you'll see couple people demonstrating it. And I'm surprised a lot of people are not buying this guitar. I mean, I can't really explain it to you. But let me show you. So easy. I mean, there is, you know, hardly any resistance there. Gil just has it right, you know. Probably Slim D. Man, just no fret problem. Look, none. No fret problems. Zero catechisms. I think that's a 14-degree angle back headstock. I'm not sure. I don't think it's a 17. I think it's like a 14. But wow. You know, if you look, a little more attention to detail. See how it's got nice rounded curves on that? It's mine. I take that junk off. It's mine. I'm not buying it to do a YouTube review and sell it to make a bunch of money to buy, you know, a nicer guitar that, as they say, a collectible. So I sell a bunch of crap to buy something really nice for myself. I don't push a bunch of guitars on people that are crap or tell them to buy them or sell them myself that are crap and then go and buy my own nice stuff. That's not what I do. And there's a lot of people out there doing it because they have no morals or ethics. I buy these guitars because I want to know myself. Now, I might sell them because who knows what's going to happen in the future. But I have all my guitars that I've shown on this channel so far. You know, line them all up and show you. But that's not, you know, it's not why I do it. I do it because I want to know the quality. I want to know the quality of what's going on today. And I was talking to somebody that works at a plant in China. He's seen my video and he hit me up, sent me a message, and asked me a few questions, what I felt about a certain guitar brand. And I told him what I thought, you know. I said, depending on where you want to be in the market, you know, there's certain appointments, certain things that you need to do. I said, the great thing about guitars today versus the yesteryears, I says, is, you know, the invention of the CNC machine. I said, that's all the hard work. That's all the hard work out of the way, right? The neck joint is cut perfect every time, right? The neck pocket, if that is right, if it is absolutely on par, if your wood is dried properly, right? You have the right type of truss rod, you know, quality parts, then you should be on par. You should be able to knock them babies out. Sure, there's hand sanding going on with some of these light sweeps, and they did an awesome job. I mean, it's just, man, I'm just so glad I didn't get boned on it, you know. But so, it's much easier to be semi-consistent. Where consistency doesn't come in, you can have a CNC machine and everything, but if you fail to dry your wood to the right temperature, to the right moisture level, which is generally, 6.5 to, some people go as high as 11 or 12, which I think is too high. I think the perfect moisture for wood is right around 7.5, right? But it really depends on the wood. But for mahogany, Yeah, mahogany and maple, depending on the type of maple, you know. Another thing about wood is where you cut it. You know, is it quarter sawn? You know, are they running the grains of the wood properly? That's really important, guys. Whether you realize this or not, the strength of your guitar neck, the strength of your body, has to do with, you know, the way your grains run. So anyway, we were talking. He asked me a few, you know, few things about what I thought about the guitar, and I told him, and he goes, "Oh, let me send you a couple." I said, "No, I don't want you to do that because I don't want to be responsible, or feel like I'm being responsible for, you know, putting my name alongside of a certain guitar brand because I had some input with it." I said, "I just do that. I give you my input, and if it works for you, so be it." You know, I'm not that type of person. There's a lot of people, everything that they do, they want to be paid for, or they want recognition for. I'm just not that type of guy. I don't need to, you know. I mean, I don't need to buy a bunch of guitars that I probably will never play myself. Um, but I do it because I've been doing this a long time, you know, playing and fixing and building and smashing and banging and crying and bitching and moaning and groaning over these guitars, you know. And to be quite frank and honest with you, I mean, I'm not a great guitar player, but it's just something about it. I have not figured it out. Maybe because, you know, I'm born with it, you know. I don't know. You know, I have my dad has been playing guitar since he was a little boy. You know, my dad plays. All my brothers play, except for one. So, you know, everybody's jams. You know, I sing, and two of my other brothers sing. And the other ones, well, you wouldn't want them to sing. But, you know, that's what I used to do. I used to sing. I wasn't, you know, an avid guitar player, but, you know, and I play by ear. I don't read music, you know. I mean, I just have that gift. I can't really explain it to anybody. I just have that gift. And anyway, I don't even know where I'm going. Anyway, let's get back to the guy with the he contacted me. So, you know, he said, "Well, you sure? Because you know, I'd like to do something." I said, "No, that's fine." I said, I feel like, you know, when you say something, or you say what you did with this company, and you know, you know, it becomes a part of your name, right? Because you're putting your stamp of approval because you had some input with it on that specific guitar. And if it ever goes sideways, which is out of your control, your name goes in the toilet. You know, it has to be consistent. Now, some people can argue and say, well, you know, Gibson and Fender and, you know, Ibanez and all the rest of the big names, right? They have good ones and bad ones that come off the line. Yeah, that's true. But I'd have to say, less and less since, you know, the creation of CNC machines. You know, I mean, it's just how I feel. I think CNC makes the speed up process a lot better. You know, most guitars to build one take about a month from start to finish. Some of them take 2 months, depending on the appointments and inlay and specialized work and things of that sort. But I would say the average guitar is about a month from start to finish. There's a lot of things that go on. That doesn't mean that there's a bunch of people working on one guitar for a month. Don't get that. There's just certain points in the stage. Now, they're constantly being made. It's just certain points. You know, they get the wood in. The wood has to dry for a certain amount of time. And then from there it rests. And then from there it goes to a different part. And it's just a whole big process, right? Now, the way that I do things is much different. I do everything. I cut everything. You know, whether it's with a bandsaw or a jigsaw or a handsaw. You know, there's a lot more involved in it. But, you know, with that, when I build a guitar, I'm hand picking specific types of wood for myself. And I'm not buying in big bulk, you know. And that's the great thing about being a luthier and only building one once in a while, you know. I'm not doing it to make money. I'm doing it because I love it. It's therapy for me, you know. I enjoy it. And I enjoy, you know, seeing people play my guitar and like it. I've had a couple of guitars that I built and they didn't really like it. And it disappointed me. And I was at the point where I said, well, screw it. I don't even want to build them no more. And then, you know, it was a bad attitude I had. I think the thing is you put so much love into it. If that neck wants to twist because you wasn't paying attention about something, or you didn't get the glue joint right in the body, or if you was putting a laminated top on, whatever, or there's some contamination in some of the adhesive that you were using, or maybe, you know, the potentiometers, you really didn't check them out well, or you know, you was having a space cadet day and wasn't paying attention to soldering, you cold soldered a joint or something. You know, all those things can happen. But when somebody goes to strum it, and they was expecting that you had already worked out everything, all they got to do is strum it, and they're going to be happy. And when they don't, that comes down on you, you know. And it's real disappointing. It really is. And I don't even know how many guitar bodies and necks that I screwed up because I wasn't paying attention. But then again, I've done things with guitar necks. You know, I made an 18-piece neck one time. It was for a special run of Epiphone guitars. The neck was broke on it, and I thought the repair was just not worth it repairing, so I took the neck out and I made a new neck. I took the fretboard off of it and I used the truss rod that was in it and I made a new neck. But what I did was I had some Honduras mahogany pieces that were, you know, 2 inches, about 2 by 2 by 2 by 12 inches long. And I glued them all together. And it took a while, you know, like building blocks, like Lego blocks. Made it long enough. And then, you know, I built a neck out of it. And it's stable. It's incredible. I never finished it off. I did paint it, but I never finished it, you know, for the actual feel that I was trying to get out of it. One day maybe I'll go downstairs and I'll find it and I'll show you the neck that I actually built. But just to see if I could do it, you know, because I've never seen one done like that. But it's Honduras mahogany, you know, and Honduran mahogany is really expensive, right? You know, you got to have special paperwork and all of that if, you know, if you don't already have the stuff. So it's, you know, it's not like working with any other kind of wood. Now, is African mahogany as good? I don't know. I guess, you know, really depends on the person's mind, right? Anyway, so where was I at? So anyway, so the guy, going back, I know everybody's saying you're getting off track here. So I gave him my pointers and what I thought, you know, and hopefully, you know, that guitar brand, which I am not even going to talk about it. And some people like say, oh, well, why are you even talking about it? Well, because I want to talk about it. I'm trying to make a different point. If it helps them, it helps them. And that's the point. And when I buy guitars, if you guys, you know, if my name carries a little bit of weight with making a decision, look, I can't say that every guitar that everybody's going to get is going to be perfect. If you want something that actually fits you and you do not have the skill and the ability to understand exactly what you want, the best thing to do is go to a local guitar store or go to a luthier, right? And if they have some guitars there, say, hey, you know, after you play, this is what I want. This is the sound I'm looking for. This is the feel I'm looking for. This is how much, tension that I want to feel when I put my fingers down on the strings and run my hand up the neck, right? This is what I'm looking for. And then you'll better have the machine that you want to do what you want. Buying from somebody online, guys, that's a crap roll, right? You don't know what you're going to get. You can't know. Not every guitar builder in Indonesia or China or Japan or Korea or United States, right, is the same. They're not. They're just not the same. And in China, they got so many builders over there, OEM builders. You just don't know what their practices are. They can be different from one place to the next. So, well, I tell you to be cautious when you buy it. Buy it from a place that if you don't like the guitar, you can return it. No questions asked. Like Amazon, Zzounds. They're good places to look. Sweetwater. I buy stuff from eBay. But if you buy it from eBay, right, which it might be a big box store, it might be, musician's friend or whatever that's selling the guitar. So, they'll have a return policy, And if you're paying through PayPal, you have a protection. Do it that way, But I still think if you're going to buy a guitar and make, a significant purchase, and that significant purchase can be something different for everybody. And I say, go to a local guitar store somewhere, or a friend that might have a lot of guitars and a lot more experience. Sit down, play a bunch of guitars to see what it is that you are really, head over heels for. Something that really makes you happy when you play it. Because if you're not happy when you play it, then, it's a wasted purchase. And so that's something I think is very important for people. And the whole, Chibson thing, buying cheap guitars, oh, they're great. Look, let me set the tone straight for you. If you're happy with that, that's fine. But I'm telling you, great guitars come at a cost. Great guitars. Not every guitar is a great guitar. Like, some people, I got a 59 Les Paul. Okay, well, they got 58, 59, 60s, 70s, 80s guitars that from any major company that play great. They were excellent guitars. They just had it. You know what I mean? And then other ones that, I wouldn't use them to stir a campfire. But they sell for a lot of money because there wasn't a whole lot of them made. So I don't buy into all that. Can you take a $100 or let's say $200 platform, if you can get a guitar for $200, just the bones of it, the neck and the body, if them are good, if the neck and the body are good and they're stable, the rest of it is just, electronics, which in most cases, $500 worth of electronics and a $200 guitar. Now you got $700, which is basically what this is, right? Except it's built to Guild specs. And then you got a great guitar. And you had your hands in on it. And if you're happy with it, so be it. Don't let anybody tell you that. Now, where it comes into effect is the old, hey, if it's a rare guitar and they didn't make a whole lot of them, whether it's Gibson, Fender, Guild, whoever, right? The collectability part of it to say, hey, I got it and you don't, that's going to cost you. That is going to cost you. Plain and simple. That's the way it is. Okay? But for an average, everyday playing guitar, to play the guitar, to have it stay in tune, right? To know that it's stable, the way that I look at it today, the way the market is, it's going to cost you anywhere from around, $600 to $1,400, depending on the brand name, to get that quality. ready to go. Don't have to mod it. Don't have to play with it, right? And I think that going and playing them, not every pickup will probably sound the same. You know, when you wax pot a humbucker, right? Maybe the wax potting didn't take the same. Okay, you know, they might be dumping 20, pickups, down in the wax at the same time. Some of them may be, vacuum potting, and some of them may be not vacuum potting. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that go on there. So doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a great guitar just because the name on the headstock says something. So I know that I talk a lot about this, but it's really important for you to understand this for the new people, And, there's people out there that just think that, well, this is the best and that is the best and that's it. Well, that may have been years ago, but we live in a different world with different skill sets today. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, I mean, the biggest thing is that you're happy with it, But a word of caution. Is it better to have, 10 $200 guitars that cost $2,000? Because you can say that you have 10 $200 guitars. Or is it better to have $2,000 guitars that are, from a well sorted company, that if you needed to sell them, that you wouldn't lose your shorts when you go to sell it? Or is it better to buy just one good guitar for $2,000? That's it. It's your go-to guitar. And then if you want a beater, you just wait till you find something, online or at the, maybe a yard sale, a flea market or something for $150, $200 or something, that you can fix it up as, your beater guitar. There's different ways of looking at it, guys. And I don't think that any one way is right or wrong. I really think it has to do with the individual and what they want. But do I think that you need more than one guitar? Yes. Absolutely. They all don't sound the same. They all don't play the same. They all don't feel the same. No two guitars are exactly alike. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm doing? When you play the strings, I can feel the resonation all the way through. Oh, yeah. All the way up the neck, all the way into the body. That is something that's really important. Oh, my God. I can't wait to play it. Yikes! Anyways, this is a long video, and I know I rambled on, and I know a lot of people probably won't like it, but I'm just trying to say something and iterate something to you guys that's important. Because I'd hate to see you go and buy something because it's, I said, oh, well, this Donna's a good deal. And then you get it, and it's, pardon me for saying it, it's a piece of shit, and you're not happy, and for some reason you can't return it. I'll tell you for instance, speaking of Donna. So I was on eBay, bought a Donna guitar, right? And I got it downstairs in the box. And I just bought it. And I was going to do an unboxing. I said, let me take a look at it first. Because it said refurbished. Guys, there's a big old chunk taken out of the neck, right? There was a huge knot in the back of the neck, in the middle of it, and it was split open. I said, and there was a couple of scratches and a ding. I'm like, if this is refurbished, apparently whoever is selling those Donna guitars on eBay needs to go back to school and learn what the word refurbished means. it should say reboxed, damaged, maybe all kinds of problems, because it's unplayable. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. When you have a big knot that's spread, that has a crack in it on a neck, you could probably put epoxy in there. But if that neck still wants to go, it's going to pop. It's going to break. And I had a big chunk taken out of the rosewood fretboard, right? Now, could I fix that? Probably. I could probably do, in a couple of different areas, some inlay work with some Muller toilet seat and fix that. But when you say refurbished, it better be refurbished. And I'm still going back and forth with them. Oh, we're so sorry that you got this. Avoiding what I said. Whoever was doing the refurbished work is not refurbishing those guitars. They didn't say, oh, yeah, we're going to have to look into that and see exactly what's going on there because, that's unacceptable. Because you shouldn't be saying that in your description. And somebody expected it to be a refurbished guitar, maybe even in a better condition than what a brand new one would be, if that's not the way it's going to be. And that is why I didn't do a review on the Donner. And I bought 2 Donners. And I was so upset about it, I was like, I'm not even going to do a review on the other one. Look, I ain't getting paid by them. They ain't giving me nothing. So if a guitar company does stuff like that, and I feel as though they're shady, then I'm not even going to bring the guitars to my channel. I'm not even going to review them. There's not even a sense for me to do that. Because it's unacceptable. And there is no amount of money that someone can pay me to give a good review on a crappy-ass guitar. Plain and simple. I'm going to always say the truth about it. Whether people like it or not. Look, I don't care about that stuff. I really don't. I don't give 2 rats' asses about it. What's important is that my, viewers, my followers, people who entrust me and have a little bit of knowledge, they're getting an honest review. And that's it, plain and simple. Some guys probably buy the guitars and send them back to whoever they get them from, eBay or Amazon. Do their review, send it back. Some guys may be sponsored by those companies. I'm not. I don't have it like that. I buy them all myself. They're mine. If I think they're crap, they're crap. That's just the way it is. And until I find, a guitar company that, says, hey, we like your attitude. We like the way that, you approach the purchasing of guitars, how you look at the quality of the guitar. I mean, I can get downright nitpicky with them. But, you got to be honest with yourself sometimes and say, oh, yeah, well, that can happen. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just the way it is. You can't be asinine and expect, the Taj Mahal for $100. It's just not going to happen. But if I buy a $100 guitar and they say refurbished, and I've seen other reviews and it's not refurbished, then, that's unacceptable. Now, am I saying that every Donner guitar is like that? I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. I'm not saying that it's not possible that they make good guitars. Because I know that every brand can. But I'm saying that's a bad experience for somebody like me. Based upon the fact that it said refurbished, right? If it said used, or return, maybe this or that problem or whatever, that's something different. But that wasn't the case. So I was a little upset about that. And I know I'm way off the beaten path from this guitar, but that's just the way it is. And it's a long video. And I probably put somebody to sleep or pissed 5 or 10 people off. And that's going to happen too, Because some people just float around from, one review to the next review just so they can, puff their chest out, think that they know everything about guitars and, say their little thing, do their little venting because somebody else pissed them off in their life that week. Hey, I get it. Whatever. That's your thing. Is it fair? No. If you don't like the information, well, there's somebody else that'll give you information. Maybe they'll pad you a different way. Maybe they'll comb your hair and rub your back, and put your, your shoes on for you and make your lunch for you. That ain't me. That ain't the way it works for me. I'm not that way. I don't believe in that. So, the things to watch out for is watch out for those things. When it says refurbished, look at what it means by refurbished. I don't want you to be upset when you're purchasing something. And that means from anywhere, I was up at Guitar Center. I was looking at some guitars. It said sale item on an Epiphone, right? I was looking at it. From the front, it looked great. So I picked it up and looked. The whole headstock was broke. Broke clean off. It was just hanging on by the truss rod cover. And they only knocked $100 off. I was like, in what world is that right? Especially when they probably wrote that guitar off anyway, because I know they do, right? Now, they want to get almost the full bang of price when they probably only paid half of whatever they're selling it for anyway. I don't know, different marginal markups for different, retails, stores. But still, really? $100 off for absolutely broken headstock that's probably going to cost somebody $200 to repair? I mean, at least that headstock. So, there's some things that I just don't like. It's not me picking on them. Get your practices in order. If people say something, listen to them. We're the people buying this stuff. And I don't care what it is, whether it's a new car or a truck, or you're buying an amplifier, or you're buying a watch, or whatever it may be. By God, if you're going to say it, back it. If it ain't right, say, hey, we'll send you another one. If it's broke, you want it back, send the ticket, I'll send it to you. If not, I don't know. Make a campfire or a cribbage board out of the neck. I don't know, but anyway, I know I got off the beaten path, and I apologize for that, but just some things that I've been seeing lately, I see people push these brands. They say one thing, but there's something else behind it, right? And, when somebody is talking about a brand all the time, and then you see them have a big website somewhere, and that's what they're selling. And I mean, they're selling a lot of them, like, they got a stock of 100 or whatever. And there's some YouTubers out there that do that. I'm not going to name any names, but you can figure it out for yourself, right? I mean, you just got to be careful about that. And it's when they slip up and you see them playing a different guitar, but they're telling you that that's a great guitar to play. Why? Because they could probably buy them cheap, flip them, make the money, and then they go buy something that's super nice, for their collection. I don't know. It's just something wrong about that, Now, granted, there's some people that, they might get some really nice guitars. They might get a small batch of them, and as a thank you for being their viewer or whatever, they might got, only a handful of guitars, and they offer them to you. And they're special guitars, right? They might be prototypes. They might be, one-offs. They might be, something from a guitar show or somebody owned or something, and they offer it to you at a really good price. And it's a really special guitar just being what it is, not even being playable, right? That's different. That just shows that the person actually cares, cares about, sharing the happiness and of being able to, buy a guitar that either is collectible because of where it was or how it was displayed or who owned it. I mean, that's a whole different ballgame, right? That puts those guitars, or whatever it may be, in a whole different category. So, to those guys, my hats are off to them because, they're offering us something that's really special. And they didn't have to do that, but they did. So that's a whole different type of person. I'm talking about people who are feeding you a bunch of smack, right? Because they want to line their pockets. Don't listen to that stuff, guys. Please, please do not listen to it. Be smart. Open your eyes. If somebody's just bringing it to show you the options, that's a different thing too. So you got to really listen. Listen to them. Watch them. And see what they play, what they like. Learn a lot about people. Being a pastor, trust me, they come in all types. They come to you with a bullshit story. They want to fix a problem, but they don't want to, fix themselves to fix the problem. That happens a lot. Well, it's the same thing with, purchasing things. Anybody can give you a bunch of hype, but is the hype true? No, it can't be. Every guitar can't be perfect. Every amp can't be perfect. That's just the way it is. We don't live in a perfect world. Now, based upon that one, maybe it is. This guitar, this is really nice. And I'm not just saying it. The thing that I do is, I just showed you guys, but you strum it and you feel it. If you feel it all resonate, that's really good. Look, and pickups might not sound great. Well, these probably will because of USA pickups, but in most cases, if you feel that vibration, that's great. Look, I can't wait to play it. I know I'm rambling on, but God, I've been talking for almost an hour. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, Guild Polara Deluxe. Look, something a little different. There's some guys playing them, and they're playing them with some, reasonable amps that you could purchase yourself and not have to, sell your house to do so. And they're really good guitars. I mean, this is really well built. And, just feeling the potentiometers. I don't know if that's coil tap or coil split. I have to look it up. And there is a difference between coil tap and coil split. Anyway, I'm happy with it. I mean, I own a few guilds, so it wouldn't be nothing for me to resolder something if it wasn't right, but been waiting a long time for it, and I'm glad it's here. So I apologize again for the long video and me rambling on about stuff, but sometimes I don't tell you guys in videos, how I feel about certain things and people's selling practices. There are some ethical principles that people should live by. Some people, their moral compass is off when it comes to, doing a review or selling something in general. And it doesn't matter what it is, I mean, is it that hard that you have to lie and tell stories and bullshit? I mean, just those type of people make it bad for the rest of us that are trying to do something nice and something right for people, trying to give them, honest information. It kind of ruins it, but don't let, the few bad apples ruin it for you guys in any purchases that you make. If you don't like the person's personality or their attitude, or you don't feel as though they have enough information that you're looking for, then move on. Doesn't mean they're a bad person for you. Just move on. Just means that you don't agree with them. And that's fine. Move on. Find somebody that can give you a doctorate in, Luthery. Even the greatest masters will tell you. The master Lutherists, they will tell you. It's an ever-changing world, guitars. There's always something to learn. There's always something that you can improve upon. And that's what you should do. You should always think to improve upon it. And then there's the things that, well, they don't need to be improved on. They're just good out of the box. So anyways, my final insight, I guess, or my final conclusion on what I think about the Guild Polara Deluxe, I'm happy. And that's really all that matters in the end. And I hope that it plays as good as it looks. Some cases, I might not. But with this case, because it's a bucket list guitar, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, it's just a bucket list guitar. God, I hope it does. I mean, you know what? I was looking at this fretboard before I let you go. That's a really nice fretboard. Look at that. I mean, that's a really, really nice fretboard. Wow. I'm down with that. Yeah, they did a good job. Super. All right, guys. Well, it was long, and I was chattering on. Hope I didn't bore the hell out of you. Don't crucify me. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. You know, it's free. It helps me out, you know, to get more numbers. Maybe one day, you know, I'll get enough viewers and maybe somebody will send me a freebie, you know. That would be nice. So I don't have to keep buying them out of my pocket. You know, maybe I get a freebie, or maybe I can make a little extra money to buy them. And, you know, do something there. Give a few of them away to you guys. I'd like to be able to do that. I'd like to get one time and just smash it in the driveway. Just to do it. Because I've done it before when I got mad. But I just like to do it for the channel. No, I'm not taking one of the ones I already paid for. But if it was free. Oh, yeah. Just smash it. Just have one of those bad days and just do a smash it video. That'd be cool. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. Pass Bob. I'm out. See you.